What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the first episode in our coverage of the Turmoil 1.0 release. The game is finally out. I didn't cover this game on the first pass just because when it came out I didn't have time. I had other stuff going on. But no doubt at this point you have already seen the review that I posted on Saturday, and I'm willing to bet that people probably liked this game, so I decided to record a couple episodes so that you could get knee-deep in the oil industry. So without further ado, if you never played the game before, Turmoil is a game. It's actually kind of a light game. I could see it as a mobile game, but at the same time it's got enough depth to keep you playing. Don't know if this will be a full playthrough, so but I just wanted to give you some more gameplay because I felt like maybe the review didn't have enough to it. So, welcome to Turmoil. Very, very lightweight little game, but at the same time requires a little bit of contemplation and some intelligent play. I liked it a lot. I actually put about 6 hours into it over the course of the last 2 days. I've been playing it every single time I had, like, a moment, so it kind of invokes the days of, like, we had a game back when I was younger on, like, some kind of shareware disc that was a lot like this, except you were digging for gems. And I've always liked games about digging. It would turn out then that I'd become a geologist. But anyways, I've always liked digging and mining and stuff like that, so Turmoil should be a lot of fun. Let's get started. We are going to start a new campaign. Yes, indeedly doodly. We got to choose a character. Doesn't really matter who you choose. As far as I can tell, it doesn't really change anything around. So you can be Blanche, you can be Daisy, you can be Ricardo, or you can be Joshua. I don't think they have any stats or anything like that. Buenos dias. I have sailed the world as a ship captain for years and I can't even swim. I don't want to worry about drowning anymore unless it's in money. I still wouldn't want to drown. All that money and you drown in it, then you can't, like, spend it or anything like that. In straight trouble. Joshua looks like a gangster, so we'll go ahead and be Joshua right here. Although he does have a black hat on, and if we're following 1800s rules right now, ain't like old Western movies, we got the black hat on and the black vest, you know we're the bad guy. Howdy, partner. This dude's been herding cattle long enough to know that nights on the prairie are cold and lonely. I hope earning money with oil is as easy as throwing lassos. Alright, well, good job. Now it's time for the real work. Come to the town hall and meet your rivals and get yourself a parcel of land for your next venture. So every single game starts out right here, and the city is going to grow and become larger with time. For right now, it's just the town hall in this little building right here, which I think will become the engineering supply, possibly. I don't know. There's going to be a bunch of buildings. There's like a barn, there's an engineering supply, there's a bar, there's a couple of them. Oh yeah, I was expecting you. What can I do for you? Well, we gotta go at the beginning of every single playthrough, you're gonna auction off some land. And so basically levels are played very, very rapid fire. Your average level is probably about 5 to 6 minutes long. We should be able to do 3 to 4 of them in like each episode without running into too many problems. And the first thing you do is you auction off land. So let's go ahead and do that. Now up here, the top left-hand corner, he's going to open up the bidding, and we're going to click on a space, and essentially it's first come, first serve, and then if anybody else wants the space, they can attack the space by charging you double money, and then you basically just have a bid off for that parcel of land. Every land has an oil rating value. You can't see it right now because it's invisible, but once you mine the area, then you will know its value. So let's say we go to this one right here and it ends up being a 54. That means that the ones around it are probably pretty fertile as well, whereas if we mine it and it's like a 23, we probably want to try somewhere else to see if we can get a better oil value, because the point of the game is to make as much money as possible and then use that money to leverage your influence in the city. Welcome everyone. Let's first introduce ourselves. Hello there. Does being a lawyer sound interesting? Well, in truth, it's kind of boring, and I couldn't handle it. I've got a serious case of oil fever, and the only cure is finding oil. Delighted to make your acquaintance. I made a nice living in real estate, but it's time for a new business plan. I'm going underground. I don't like to dilly-dally, so let's get to work. And then we already did his, so make money, not war. Well, that's the thing, is sometimes in the pursuit of money, you've got to make the war. I'm gonna say, like, those two things, that saying probably would not stand for too long. Eventually, if you gotta make profits, you gotta go to war with somebody. Alright. So actually, it's going to assign us to this first one. I thought we had to choose with our first one, but he says, let's get to drilling before I change my mind. Good luck. So it started us out in the bottom right-hand corner. And once we fill up this map, we'll go to this map, then to this map, and then to this map. And each one has its own modifiers to the game. So for example, this one right here has rocks and diamonds. This one right here has rocks, diamonds, and gas. This one right here has, I think there's more pockets of gas, but they're smaller. So you got to do this linkage thing, but I'll explain those mechanics as we get to them. For right now, it's not entirely pertinent. Good day! To celebrate the opening of my brand new bank, I've opened up an account for each of you. You can also visit me to view a financial report of your last venture. Oh, I'm sure you did. What's the interest rate? The interest rate on savings accounts and checkings accounts, and like the most ludicrously low amount I've ever seen in my life. Like, there's legitimately no reason to keep your money in a savings or checking account after a certain value. Just roll that shit into, like, ETFs or index funds or something. I don't know. A money market, although money markets don't really pay out that well either.